What's up, guys? Welcome, Crypto FUD. Let's jump right into this. So much needed video coming out. Cro Cronos. Just wanted to come up with a quick update and a couple things as far as Cro and Cronos ecosystem. So first things first. If you guys were here from the beginning, and I'm talking about from the very, very beginning of my channel, which was started just about a year ago, December will mark a whole year. I did start my videos off talking about just being heavily involved with Cronos, and the DeFi of Cronos. And we're going to get into that. But first, I want to just basically just go through a little bit of TA with Cro. Cro's definitely been moving up. It's been doing great. A lot of the layer one projects are doing great right now, and Cro is as well. Forgive me, I am getting over a cold, so a little bit of sniffles, and I do have a raspy voice, so just bear with me. So right now we are currently sitting somewhere a little bit under 11 cents for Cronos. This thing did spike up somewhere around 12 cents. I believe it was like yesterday. Looking great. It really is. It's looking great. It blew right by the 200-day moving average, and it hasn't looked back since. You can see right here we did form just these lows, these local lows somewhere around right under 5 cents. And from there on, it shot up. It really did. You can see from where those lows are to where it's at currently sitting 120%, 118%. That's just fantastic. That is. And with Cro doing so well, I want to get into the DeFi space for Chronos particularly. But real quick, just a couple of little numbers I want to point out for Cro. So obviously we are getting stuck right here at this 236 fib at around right under 11 cents, the 1080 mark, somewhere around there. We, like I said, we did go up to about 12 cents, got rejected, and we've kind of been hanging out around this area. This is a spot that's going to be hit with some major resistance. If you can see back here, this was previously. Let's see here. This is back in June of 2022, so over a year ago. A lot of these projects, the numbers that they're in, a lot of them, they haven't seen these numbers. Like Cro hasn't been at 10, 11 cents. It's been a year and a half since we've been in those numbers, right? So if you can see, when we were on our way down, this exact spot that we're in was a spot of some support. Obviously, it flipped to some resistance because we're on our way back up. So that's going to be a spot that we're probably going to hang, and we're going to have to keep retesting to break, but we eventually will be breaking Cro. Where do I see Cro in the near future for this bull run? Well, I'm glad that you asked. But realistically, what do I see? Sky's the limit with Cro. You guys remember this thing during the beginning of the bull run? This thing shot up to over $1, I believe it was, very briefly. Or no, it got to like 90 cents, and then it got rejected. But it usually, during the bull run, it was hanging out somewhere around 35 to 50 cents is where it usually was hanging out. And that's where I think we're going to probably get back up to, is probably around 35 to 50 cents. It could spike up like it did before, over $1. It could, if it does spike over $1, and we're talking about in the mix of the bull run, like we're in the middle of this solid bull run. This thing could probably jump up to maybe $1.25, $1.50, and maybe find support somewhere at $1. So we'll have to see how that goes. But for right now, the 11 cents, you have some solid spots that are going to be hit with some resistance. Obviously, it's going to be that 12 mark, this 12 and a half top of the fib. And then you're going to have other spots like 15, 15 and a half. These are spots that are going to be solid resistance, but we're going to talk about that when we're on our way up. Right now, obviously, Cro sitting at around 11 cents looks fantastic. If you're looking for a pullback, if you're maybe sitting on the sideline and you're wanting to jump in on Cro, obviously I'm not giving out financial advice. The market's been thriving, right? It's been really doing well. Cro could continue this upward movement, because right now it was beat down so bad. So even 10 cents is a solid buy for the long term. Another thing too is what I'm going to get into is with DeFi. Anything just like Ethereum. So let's say you're buying anything on DeFi, you're going to be using Cro to swap all you're going to be swapping Cro to other projects that are going to be on the DeFi. So buying in at Cro, even at 10 cents, could be a good deal, because what if maybe 3 months down the road, Cro's at 20 or 25 cents, right? You could be buying Cro at half off. So that's how you got to look at it. if we are going to see any kind of pullbacks, obviously the only pullback that I could see us maybe possibly retesting would be somewhere around the 9 cent at this 0.5. I really don't see that happening unless Bitcoin really comes down. Other than that, maybe this next fib at about 9.5 cents. I bet you the 10 cents, just because it's a mental, like it goes right under 10 cents, about 9.9. That's probably going to be a spot for support if we do start coming down. So that might be a spot even for myself that I'll be looking for just to accumulate Cro. And the reason why is I wanted to take a little short little spot of your time real quick, and I wanted to point out, so this is the DeFi for Cronos particularly, and I wanted to just point out there's a couple projects that I actually was looking at just a month ago, like this Corgi AI. If you guys can see this Corgi AI, and this program that I'm on is pretty cool because this is all DeFi, right? These are all this is what's going on right now in Corgi. Look at this, just strictly buys, barely anybody selling. If you're selling, I mean, they probably made a boatload of profit, right? But look at this chart right here for Corgi. Look at this. This thing is up. If it'll map it out properly, it's up 3,100%, 3,127%. Insane. This Corgi. This can only be bought on DeFi right now. So the only way for you to purchase this particular project, and I am not advocating to buy in because this thing has shot up to the moon. You have to be very careful. But for you to buy in, you would have to go on to a swap. So you would have to have a Cro DeFi wallet. You have to download the Cro DeFi wallet. Make sure you set all that up. Link your DeFi, your Cro DeFi wallet with your actual your crypto.com wallet, right? You're going to link it. It's very simple. It would ask you if you want to link it, and it's going to ask you for some credentials. You would link them, right? Because the reason why you're going to do that is because to initiate any money liquidity into your DeFi wallet, you're going to need to send something over to that DeFi wallet. So your crypto.com, what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to buy Cro. You're going to have to buy Cro. Remember, it's what we were talking about. You're going to have to buy Cro, and then you're going to have to send it over for a a small little fraction fee. I'm talking about like to send Cro, it's like half a Cro to send. So you could send, let's say you bought 10,000 Cro, right? To send it over to your DeFi wallet, they'll charge you like a half a Cro, which right now is like 5 cents just to send it over there. And it's like, that's why a lot of people have fun with Cro, because it's so cheap to do transactions. So you would send the Cro over to your DeFi wallet. Make sure you copy and paste and you confirm you have the correct wallet. If you're new to DeFi, I'm going to be coming out with some videos explaining how to do this, like a tutorial, but you have to just make sure that you're sending to the proper wallet, because if you send to an incorrect wallet, it's gone. It's out there in the DeFi space, it's gone. So you have to make sure you're sending it to your correct wallet. It's pretty simple. You just have to be just very careful. You're going to send it over to your DeFi wallet, and then there's going to be a couple of swaps. This swap right here, I just wanted to show, this is just one of them. This is MMF. So you would in your DeFi wallet, you can play around with it, but you'll see there's going to be a link for swaps, and it's going to be like, one of them is going to be MMF. You're going to go into trade, and you see how you have right here, this is your exchange. So let's say you have 10,000 Cro, you would connect your wallet right here on the top right. You would have to hit your connect wallet. It would pull up your crypto DeFi, and you would click it. It would connect it, let you know that you're already good to go. It'll show you your balance on Cro, and then in your exchange, you would put in how many Cro you want to exchange for. So you're coming from, that's how many Cro that you want to exchange from, and then you have a range of projects that you can basically go through. And let's just say I wanted to trade Cro for Pepe, and you could swap your Cro to Pepe, and then basically it would be in your DeFi wallet. It's pretty cool. You can, these are Pepe. I wouldn't do, obviously, right? But something like Corgi AI, this is on VVS Finance, so it'd be on a different exchange, same as MMF. You would basically do the same exact thing, but you could swap over your Cro and get into some of these projects. And the reason why I say this is because DeFi is about to explode again. You can see it, the writings all over the wall, not just for Chrono, but for all the layer one projects. DeFi is about to explode again, and you're going to have some of these projects that you're not able to buy on the major exchanges. You're only going to be able to buy off of your DeFi, and those are going to be where the gains are, massive gains. Where I'm talking about, you can easily jump up 2, 3, 400% in a day, like nothing, on some of these projects. But you have to be very careful because there's it's the DeFi space is like the wild wild west. You can buy in on some stuff and you could easily get wrecked. One thing I always point out is you want to make sure that there's liquidity in these projects. Cro King, Cro King's an awesome project. Same thing. Cro King has 100K liquidity. They have an actual dev team. You can scroll down. Oh, they don't even have the information right now, but they have an awesome dev team behind it. Do a little bit of research before you buy in on some of these projects and just make sure they have the credentials and stuff like that, and they're not just a brand new project that just dropped, that day. So other than that, I don't want to go too far into the weeds, but Cro is looking great, sitting at around 11 cents. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button because I am going to be, I'm focused on all the other major projects, but we are going to be diving in to the Chronos particularly, and a lot of these plays that I'm going to be making. Last bull run, I would make plays where I'd make $5,000 in a day off of just a few $100 off of some of these plays, right? So I'm just going to show you guys what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm not giving out financial advice. You guys can do what you want, but if you hit the subscribe, you'll get instant alerts. I'm going to have live feeds as well whenever we're doing some of these plays as well, so we can kind of chit chat and see what's going on. And make sure you hit the like. You can send it to the algorithm for all the algorithm gods out there, so we can start getting everything back up on Cro Cronos. Other than that, guys, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. See ya.